2013 Camero SS. Oil pressure sensor replacement with screen. Try to make this very quick. Had a little discrepancy on my live data and what I was seeing on the actual analog gauge. Customer went ahead and allowed me to do the sensor. There's oil in the sensor, so that might be the fluctuation I'm seeing in the gauges, but her main issue was the oil pressure low. Warning was coming on. So I recommend at first she replace the sensor. If it persists, she may have that TSB that Chevy put out for the oil pump. The valve in the pump goes bad, causes the oil pressure to drop. And then if you allow it to cool off or chill for 5, 10, 30 minutes, you can drive it again. But it's an issue with the oil pump, like it builds pressure and it's supposed to relieve the pressure and it doesn't, or vice versa. I might have said that backwards. I apologize. You can look up the TSB online though for these Chevys. All the SS, a lot of the larger Chevy engines had it. Okay, so the video you just saw was after my initial diagnosis. I am going to add in that diagnosis process now so you can see how I got to that point. Okay, so this is what I have. It's what I found. Right now we're not quite at operating temp, but here I have a graph and a value showing your oil pressure at the sensor. So one thing about sensors, if a sensor fails, it's electronic and it's gonna send a code to the computer, but it could partially fail and send wrong readings as well and not send a code to the computer. So all that to say that usually when sensors go bad, you'll have a code, but that's when they completely usually fail or become out of the parameters set by the computer. This sensor is still within parameters, which means it's either good or partially good enough not to kick a code. All right, hopefully that wasn't confusing the way I said it. But since it's not throwing a code, I'm looking at the values. We're sitting at 33 at idle, but here on the oil pressure gauge, it's showing me below. It's showing me about a 10 PSI difference from what the computer is telling me and what the gauge is telling me. So when I pick it up to about 2,000 RPMs, I pick up to about 50 to 55. Here, if 30 is halfway, 15-ish or 16 or 17 would be the halfway point. 30 plus 15 or 17 is just 47. I'm bouncing a little above 50. So there's like a 5 PSI, a 10 PSI difference on here that I'm seeing. So, and then it drops really low at the little, not really low. Normal PSI can be anywhere from like 25 to 60 at idle, but it's depending on the temperature of the oil. But right now we're pretty much at operating temp. So this is a solid value I'm seeing, but they're different. So within the sensor thing we got, there's a screen, and that screen may be why there's a discrepancy. I'm actually not too sure about that. So all in all, what I feel like is you do have symptoms, the correct symptoms for the oil pressure relief valve, which is within, or the oil relief valve within the oil pump is going bad. You have all of the signs for that. Do I think putting this sensor in will give you a more accurate reading? Possibly. Possibly. Although, will this fix your issue you called me for? I don't think so. I don't think so. But if you would like to replace this, this is much cheaper and accessible than a oil pump job. I will get that quote to you so that you can know how much I could replace it for. And at the end of this diagnosis, I would recommend you probably changing the sensor. If it comes back, then you know for sure you need an oil pump job. Okay, this was my initial diagnosis. Before this, all I did was check the oil. Now we're going to get back to the latter portions of the videos where I was actually doing the repair. I started making the video late. I just didn't think to make a DIY video until I was in the job. So the format of this video is going to be kind of all over the place. But there's points in my diagnosis where I sounded unsure and repetitive. I was unsure and I was a bit repetitive, but I wanted to include all of that data and the way I was thinking through it and explain it to my customer so that you could see my thought process. We'll now get back to the actual repair of the screen and the sensor so that you can maybe understand why I was seeing those funky, weird readings. First thing I saw when I got the plug off was oil in the plug, which is exactly probably why I was seeing fluctuation in the gauge and the digital. So it's making sense. Alright, firstly, do recommend taking off this plastic evac line. That can make a day very bad breaking it. So how you take it off, there's a tab on the back. You pull that towards yourself, lift up. Push that or pull it towards you, lift up, relieve that so you get a little bit more playroom. So it is a 27 socket. There are special oil sensor sockets they make. I'm using a Snap-on 1/16. It's a conversion from the 27 mil and a good old Harbor Freight swivel. And I think I'm gonna use my breaker bar there, but we'll see. I don't know how it's gonna work, but this is my tip. All right, that socket's on. See if we can make something happen with it. Got a break in, we can screw it out by hand. Let's see if we can see how much giddy up Chevy put on these out the factory. Not much, but you can do the rest by hand. I'm spinning this out by hand. Not too bad, not too bad. I just got the old sensor out. It may have been replaced before, but I don't know. I really can't tell who it's made by. But anyways, this is the main thing. Oil in the connector. That definitely will cause issues. Definitely. Alright, I saw this from the other YouTube page. He used the bolt. Use it. It works perfectly. Use the bolt to pull it out. There's our screen. I'm pretty sure this has been replaced before. It may have just failed again. Doesn't look too bad. The O-ring is still there. Alright, just using some electrical cleaner to clean out that socket, that plug, excuse me. Don't want to not clean it and just plug it back up. It could cause fluctuations in the readings again. Alright, putting it back together is reverse order. Make sure you don't drop that. Place it in. You'll feel the O-ring go in. kind of secure. Oh no, you won't. It kind of just drops in. My bad. Get your new sensor. And please, please, please do not over torque this. If you need a torque wrench, use it. I've been kind of doing this a little while. I know how to not over tighten usually. Okay, we're back. Take it up to 2,000 RPMs. You can tell this is a completely different showing than before. It was taking it on up to about the third bar over there. But we're showing more accurate readings. A little over 30, a little over 30. So, normal PSI for idling vehicles is like between 20 and 50 or 60 PSIs. This car is dropping pretty low. And I wasn't seeing these readings before, but I'm seeing them now. I haven't driven it. I haven't done anything but replace that sensor. And these PSI, the oil pressure keeps dropping, which makes me think, in conclusion, that old sensor was bad and the connector was contaminated with oil, but it was actually showing you more oil pressure than what you probably really had. So now that we have a good sensor in there, it's showing us that, okay, we actually have low oil pressure at idle. This has to be something going on with that oil pump. About 90, I would say 80 to 90% sure that this is something going on with the oil pump. I do want to ask what type of oil was used. I see this here. The wrong types of oil will cause oil pressure issues, but I don't want to try and run away from what we know. We know this engine has issues with the oil pump, and we are seeing those signs now.